Uh, all right. So, last question. Um, when watering their gardens, what should gardeners bear in mind to make the most of their water supply? So, I mean, some people have infinite water. I'm kind of fortunate. I got a deep well, and if I run out of water, we're in bad shape. But some people live in rural areas. They have a shallow well. And that even happens here in Nova Scotia, believe it or not. Even in my area, some of the older houses have those old-fashioned wells. Mine's like 100 meters deep or some crazy thing like that. But which brings its own problems because it's got like arsenic and uranium in it and stuff. The shallower wells don't have arsenic and uranium, but they got E. coli and they go dry.
Yeah.
And then there's places in the world where it's just arid and dry, and people have to pay for water, and they have a water bill. And so, I mean, they have an interest in not using more water to affect good growth in their plants than is necessary. So, how do they make the most of their water supply?
Okay. Yeah. So first thing is make the absolute best use we can of the rainfall we get.
Yes.
So, that's first thing. Seems obvious, but use what's free.
Yeah.
Mulching will help. Mulching helps with infiltration. Mulching also helps with reducing evaporation from the surface.
Yeah.
So it will, hold that. You're actually, most of the water, instead of being lost from the surface of the soil, is just what's transpired out of the plants, and we need transpiration out of the plants anyway. The thing you have to watch with mulch, it will retain moisture in the soil. It will also soak up some of the precipitation. So if you're going to put mulch on, you put mulch on top of a moist soil, you don't put mulch on top of a dry soil.
I've noticed, all my stuff's mulched, and I've noticed that you want to mulch it. Like if, let's say you clear a garden off in the spring, certain kind of crops, I find it's actually better to take the mulch off until the plants are established, because with the mulch on, there's so much slugs and snails, they get devastated. Like beans or something like that. So I'll take it off, and once the beans are about, 8 inches high or something like that, for some reason they can handle the slugs. So then I put the stuff back on.
Well, at that point, they're growing fast enough that the slugs eat the bottom leaves, and they don't get up into the top.
And the stems are tough enough that they can't take them out.
Yeah.
But I don't put that mulch on until there's been like a couple rainy days. And if it doesn't look like, if it's time to put the mulch on and it doesn't look like it's going to rain, I get out there with the hose and just give it to them and make sure it's really, I've gotten it down, and and then I put the mulch on. Because if you get a light rain every night,
it never gets in the soil.
Never gets in. No. But if you get it good and wet before you put on, it never dries out.
Yeah. It holds it there.
Yeah. So that is I should do a video on that, because people think there's this magic thing with mulch. I mean, it's kind of like magic. It feels that way, but the magic can go wrong. It could be black magic. Yeah. Okay. We talk about mulching. We talk about taking advantage of the rain.
If water's limited, you just water where the plants are.
Right.
You don't get a sprinkler and do the entire garden. You just do right directly to the rooting zone. We talked about trickle irrigation, where you may use more water in total over the season, but it's a little bit each day. So if you've got a shallow well, the shallow well can maybe keep up better.
Well, it can keep up with it. Yeah, that makes sense too. Yeah, and not firing the water up into the air and having it all just aerosol sort of thing, just creating rainbows, double rainbows in the garden sort of thing. Which I like rainbows as much as the next guy, but
and avoid watering midday on a hot sunny day.
Right.
Especially with sprinkler irrigation, you're going to, it's an effective way of cooling the garden. If that's your goal, then you would irrigate then. But for actually providing water to the plants, no, you want to, probably early morning is the best time, because the plants have a chance to dry during the day, so you don't get fungal diseases.
Yes.
But you're not going to lose it immediately to evaporation.
That's the thing. I mean, the nighttime makes so much sense, because you put it on just before dark. There's going to be
it's going to soak in. It's not, very limited evaporation overnight.
There's a logic to it soaking in, but you're asking for all kinds of other problems, and it brings out every damn pest in the world, and it creates. The slugs are like, wow, man, there's a party. So yeah, first or as early in the morning as you can wake up, sort of thing. It's probably the most ideal time, so it can soak in really good and have its effect, and then when the sun can come up, the foliage can dry out, and plant can sort of get back its disease and pest resistant properties that watering seems to interrupt.
You haven't left it soaking wet, which is the environment that the fungal diseases really like.
They always say don't put it to bed with wet feet, or something like that.
Something like that, yeah.
It's one of those really